What's up, guys? I'm Anika,
I'm Isaac.
and this is Rants
Raves
and Reviews.
and reviews.
Okay, so today we're going to be reacting to a new DC project coming out. I don't know if it's a movie or project. We haven't seen anything. We want to be completely surprised. It's called The World Needs Heroes. So I'm excited to check it out because I do enjoy DC. You know, that's what I grew up watching. I love all things superheroes, but I love Batman. He's one of my favorites. And I'm excited to check this out.
The last thing I saw in reference to DC was the Dan Schneider cut of.
Zack Snyder.
I keep saying Dan Snyder. Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League. So,
Yes.
I mean, it was better than the original, but wasn't that much better by a long shot. So this doesn't really give me much hope. Unfortunately, the best thing I've seen with DC in the last 10 years was Joker. And Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, I mean. So the world needs heroes. It kind of feels like a shot at Marvel because there's plenty of heroes. So I don't know. We'll see what we got going on.
We'll see. Maybe they talk about the DC world, but I actually did like the Zack Snyder cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh my God, I loved it. It was amazing. But I definitely did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I will watch it again.
It was 4
and I definitely
hours.
think it was significantly better than the DC cut that they released in theaters. So I will say that.
I have more to say about the Zack Snyder cut, but we'll save that for after the video. If you guys want to watch the original video without our reaction, feel free to click the link in the description below. And if you guys can support them, please do. And if you can't,
Yes.
always remember it is free to share.
Yes,
With that
absolutely.
being said, let's get to the video.
All right, let's go.
Who are you under there? What are you
Zoe
hiding?
Kravitz.
So that's Robert Pattinson's Batman.
And that's
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
I dreamt of a better world.
Black Adam.
That's why he saved me.
I'm excited for this. I love Dwayne
You
Johnson.
can go any timeline, any universe. Why'd fight to save this one?
Oh, they said any timeline, any
What could be
universe.
greater than a king? A hero.
I just got goosebumps.
Oh, so this is like a preview of
If we don't
movies coming
stand up,
out.
no
in
one
2020.
will.
I'm really excited for that.
I like the way
Batman.
they're introducing it.
There's a
Oh,
glorious world out there
all right.
waiting
Oh,
for you.
Batman, Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman.
Are you in?
I'm excited. I'm excited. That got me hype. I'm very excited, especially for Batman and The Flash. Those are the ones that I'm most excited for. But Black Adam, of course, I love Dwayne Johnson. Gonna see that. Probably gonna enjoy it. And same thing for Aquaman. I'm gonna see that. Probably gonna enjoy it. So, What do you
So
think?
it looks epic. And that's the problem that I'm having because DC's trailers look epic and then the movies are constant letdowns. And I'm gonna be honest. I like The Rock in action roles, but I don't know how I feel about him as a superhero. I don't know. Like in Fast and the Furious, that's more his speed. The big burly dude that fights and beats up everybody. That seems more his speed. But a hero with a conscience and I have to save the world and my son sacrificed
Is Black
himself for
Adam a
me.
superhero?
Well, I mean, he said that his son dreamt of a better world. That's why he saved him.
Oh, okay, but I thought but every villain is a superhero in their own world. In their world, they're doing the right thing. Like in their mind, they're doing the right thing. Just like Thanos, like for example, he thought he was saving the world by eliminating.
If you watch the Eternals,
people.
technically he did. He did save the world, and then the Avengers brought it back and damn near brought on their emergence.
Yeah, but his methods were like, see, it's that idea. It's like, do you do something that benefits most? Like it's like that philosophy thing. Like it was like the different ways of how to know something's morally correct. Like, is it benefiting most people, but some people get hurt? Like you have to go with the majority. You have to, or do you try to find something that's everyone's gonna like? So you can debate that for all day, but
Another issue I have is it would depend on which comic book came first. Did Marvel come first or did DC come first? Because a lot of people, if Marvel came first, a lot of people are saying that a lot of DC's characters are ripoffs of Marvel's.
I don't think
Like
Marvel
the
came
dude with
first.
the mask on his face, the big mask on his face, he's supposed to be their version of Doctor Strange.
I think Superman's probably one of the older superhero.
But did Superman come before
entities in
Marvel?
existence.
Is my question.
I think so, for sure.
Okay,
I
so
definitely think
Superman,
so.
but what
Because I'm
about-
pretty sure Stan Lee talked about reading it as a kid. Don't beat me up if I'm wrong, but I could have swore he spoke about that. So I'm pretty sure Superman's the oldest, and then we would get into maybe like, but see, Captain America, I don't know if they were going by Marvel at that time. See, but Captain America, I know that
Yeah,
came out in
I know
like
they had a different name at one point.
that came out in like 1941 or something like that. So that's
Yeah,
pretty old too. So, but I think Batman and Superman are old.
I'm gonna just
Like
be real. I,
they're old.
I'm being, arbitrary because I don't have high hopes for DC. I know they're doing a complete revamp of the entire
Mm.
thing because of what happened with the director of Justice League and the guy who played Cyborg and things of that nature. So I don't have much faith. I hope I'm wrong because the one that's gonna set them up is Batman. The new Batman with Robert Pattinson is coming out. If that flops, and I don't mean in reference to box office, but as a movie, if it's not good, then
I have hope for DC because I feel like they're stepping their game up with the actors. So like now when they're adding Robert Pattinson, who I think is a great actor, and I'm gonna tell you right now, remember that Anika said it from Rants, Raising Reviews. I think Batman's gonna be a great movie. I love the cast, and I like the direction that they're going in with it. I like the vibe of the movie, and they're not. What I like about where I feel like DC's going, especially after watching the Zack Snyder thing, is what never worked for DC is this sort of happy hunky dory sort of like Disney
like
fantasy thing that Marvel does. You know what I'm saying? Well, that Marvel has done so far with the MCU. But I definitely think that DC, they're different from that. Batman is such a dark hero, and I feel like you can't. If you lose that, you lose the essence of Batman. He's almost borderline a vigilante. You know, he has a lot of darkness inside of him.
He's borderline a villain, but that's what made Joker so good. Joker was so good because of the fact that they didn't just make it a dark movie; they leaned into it. They leaned into his mental abuse. They leaned into his psychological abuse. They leaned into his murder, his descent into madness. They leaned into it. It was gory. It was bloody. There was no stifling. Like instead of saying the word crap, you heard the word shit. Instead, you heard the words fuck. You heard those things. And in Marvel movies, you don't hear those things. You know that in a lot of Marvel movies, they tone it down because it's Disney and Disney's are full of kids, which if you actually know some of the biggest Disney movies, the actual history, they're pretty dark themselves. But I don't know. I want to be excited. I really do. I really want to be excited because it looks epic. But I see The Rock, that makes me nervous. I see Robert Pattinson, who's a great actor, but who's trying to fill the shoes of an iconic character who's been done so many times. Just like Superman has been done so many times.
I think he can do it. I think he can do it. That's the thing. Like if you're a good actor, it doesn't matter.
Not
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
Not true.
It is true.
You said that Henry. What's his name? Henry. The other
people loved Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah, a lot of people did, and a lot of people didn't. It's a split decision.
I never heard anyone complain about that casting.
I didn't like him as Superman.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I didn't like him as Superman. A lot of people didn't like him as Superman. I wish he had missed his audition. He almost missed his audition. Yes, and I wish he did.
I actually enjoyed Henry Cavill as Superman. I just thought that the script wasn't. I feel like there's other elements that go into like the story, they have to bring that into, and that proved when I saw The Witcher. Like when you see The Witcher, you can see that Henry Cavill is good.
Good writing, yeah, good writing can definitely cover up, but that doesn't negate bad acting. For instance, the woman who plays Wonder Woman, her acting is atrocious, and that's just across the board. She was in Fast and the Furious as well. She wasn't good there either. You can't convey the emotions with the words, the facial expressions. I'm sorry. DC drops the balls in visual effects. They drop the ball in writing. They drop the ball in acting.
The script gives you the playing field to accentuate your talents. So basically, like, if all you have is just a bland, flat surface, then what can you do? Okay, you can run, you can do a couple of things. But if you throw some tools, throw some equipment, throw some things in there to spice it up, then they can change. So if you throw conflict, you throw sadness, loss, different emotions, like how they did in, No Way Home. I'm not going to spoil anything about No Way Home just in case you guys didn't see it.
What, you can spoil it at this point. If you haven't seen No Way Home, then something wrong.
But
when Aunt May died.
Well, I mean, they gave Tom Holland a chance to really act, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we in Superman, I haven't watched it in recent time, but I think that's where they didn't give Henry Cavill much of a chance. Oh, I just knocked my headset off, to accentuate his acting. But I do think he's a good actor. Am I going to sit here and say he's like the best actor? He's probably going to win 1 million Oscars? No, he's not. But I think he's good enough to play a role like Superman for sure.
Well, he's not coming back as Superman, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, this conversation is basically irrelevant.
Yeah, he's not coming back as Superman. Ben Affleck is not coming back as Batman, but he's supposed to be in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and I'm not looking forward to that either. I have a problem with that as well because Ben Affleck as an actor is not good. Like we're not even reviewing the damn trailer anymore. Now we're just talking about the people who play the DC characters. But the reason why is because these people are playing iconic characters and they're not doing them justice. The production companies aren't doing them justice. The actors aren't doing them justice. The writers aren't doing them justice. The DC universe is just flat because the people involved aren't doing it right.
But I think
I
I think they're going good. Like again, Robert Pattinson, dream casting. I disagree greatly. You know what I'm saying? I like DC. My fiance knows how I feel about Batman, so it's like maybe I'm a little biased. But Robert Pattinson, I think he's the perfect Bruce Wayne. He's the perfect Bruce Wayne.
The way I look
Like
at
you
it,
really
the way I look
can't
at
get
it,
no better than
if you're
that.
gonna do something like for instance, I'm a wrestling fan, right? If I see somebody playing a wrestler and they know nothing about wrestling, at least somebody involved with this movie has to know something about the wrestler or about wrestling in general. So that way there's for instance, Mickey Rourke's The Wrestler movie, wrestlers worked on it with him. So that's why that movie was so iconic. That's why he won an Oscar for The Wrestler, because it portrayed real life. A wrestler who was in his heyday, going great, got addicted to drugs, lost his family. That's a real thing. Happened to Jake the Snake Robert. Got stuck working at a convenience store and wrestling in bingo halls and could barely walk and was suffering with heart issues. Things that happen to real wrestlers. You relate to that. You understand it, especially if you follow the history. If I'm watching a comic book movie, and the actors, who a lot of them admit they don't even read the comics, they didn't even know who the superheroes were before they started playing them, at least the people involved with the movie know who these people are. They understand how it works. Even Stan Lee himself was involved. So therefore, it becomes Sam Wilson. When we were watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, his outfit is comic book accurate. People are already talking about how one of the characters in DC, the guy with the wings, how his isn't accurate. How he's wearing red instead of green.
Well, you know what? I feel like I'm be honest, I don't really care about comic book accuracy. I think that comics are
Continuity
comics
is
and
important.
movies are movies.
Especially if it's going to be canon.
I'm not
it
going
has
to
to be
say that,
important.
wow, this is a bad movie because it didn't stick to comics. A good movie is a good movie. And a good movie is determined by the screen, not by how accurate it was to the comics. It's determined by the action. It's determined by the actors. It's determined by how the story
I'm going to call you on your
the
contradiction right now.
cinematography.
I'm going to call you on your contradiction right now. Harry Potter. When I was watching Harry Potter, you told me one of the things you loved about it was that it stayed true to the book.
Yes, that's one of the things I loved about it.
Okay,
However,
so why don't you apply that mindset?
I didn't name that as a criteria to rate the movie though. I just said that was one of the things I loved about it. And that would be something that I would like if something stayed accurate, but you know what I'm saying? It doesn't always happen. But even if Harry Potter, for example, didn't stay 100% accurate, if the story was good, if the movie was good, then it was good. You know what I'm saying?
I think continuity and being able to follow the story is important. One of the things people are complaining about is that there's so much Marvel now that casual fans who come in aren't going to be able to understand what's going on because there's so much that they have to catch up on. But that's the thing about fandom.
Oh, we talk about too much Marvel. We got to stay on DC.
I'm tying it all together. I mean, the reason why I'm talking about this is because there's not a lot spoken about DC. Like, not that I hear anyway, and it's not that I'm not in any forums or any chats. I'm in group chats.
There is, but most of the people that's going to click on this video are going to be DC fans.
I understand. Okay, fine. So then let's just talk to the DC fans. The fact of the matter is that for me, especially a person that grew up with Batman, I watched the animated series growing up. I watched all the movies with Michael Keaton, with George Clooney. I watched The Riddler with Jim Carrey. I watched Freeze with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know these things. I watched Christopher Reeves is my favorite Superman of all time. My problem is I don't think it's being done properly. The last good Superman I saw after Christopher Reeves was Smallville Superman. That was the best one I saw.
I would agree with that. Superman has not been done properly, and I think it's the simpleness of it.
Since then. How many Batmans have there been? This is the first time Aquaman's been done visually in a live action version, and Jason Momoa. He's carrying the mantle because there's no one else to carry it. There's no one else to compare him to. And Wonder Woman, another one. I appreciate the fact that in the last Wonder Woman, they brought in the original Wonder Woman, but still, I don't have high hopes. As you guys can tell in this Rants, Raves, and Reviews, we are ranting. And I don't have high hopes. And it's not because I want to be a cynic. It's because DC has continuously...
Here's the thing.
DC has continuously let us down, and that is not... That is not a lie. That is not an opinion. That is a fact. The reviews dictate what I'm saying. Everybody compliments Zack Snyder.
I think DC has let us down in some cases, and in some cases they got it right. Have they developed the rhythm? No. I feel like they're trying to still figure out what sticks at the same time.
They've had years. They've had years.
That's very true. That's very true.
They've been doing this stuff since the.
But they
since
haven't had all of these characters on screen. This is the first time they're having this many characters in live action production at the same time, trying to create this
that's
big
a problem too.
Universe, sort of like how Marvel
I think that's
is.
another issue that they're going to have. They're introducing too many characters without solidifying the ones they already have. The ones that they already have haven't done anything monumental.
If Batman is not solidified at this point, I don't know what else to say.
If he was solidified, why the hell do we keep recasting him? We have to keep recasting Batman because the people who play him aren't doing it right. We've had multiple Jokers, right? That
would actually be to the blame of who's ever running the production. That would be to their blame. Whoever's running these projects.
And now it's all
encapsulated. They're not doing a good job.
Now it's all encapsulated. DC is being let down by the people at DC. Notice how Suicide Squad, which was directed by James Gunn, a person who came from Marvel, is an amazing movie. Peacemaker, which we're now watching, is great. It's great because a lot of the people that were touching the previous projects aren't touching these. So whatever they're doing now, that's what they need to keep doing. But a lot of Flash, I think they need to recast the Flash. I don't like him.
Really?
Yeah, I think he needs to be recasted.
I actually think the Flash is fine.
I don't like him.
I don't think, and I think that's premature. We haven't seen him by himself.
Maybe it's the
Let's see the Flash movie first, and then we can determine that. Because
all right, that's fair.
I don't think I actually disagree with that. You know, I think he's fine.
Okay, that's fair. I'll hold off on the Flash.
I actually enjoyed him, especially in the Zack Snyder. When I watched the original movie, I was like, oh, he's annoying. But when I watched the Zack Snyder cut, I really liked him, and I'm excited to see this movie. If I didn't watch the Snyder cut, I probably wouldn't be excited to see this Flash movie. That's just the honest.
I've been let down too many times, and it's hard for me to get excited. I want to be. I really do, because I love DC. DC was what I was watching before I was watching Marvel, but I went over to Marvel because DC wasn't doing anything good. And now I love Marvel, and it's hard for me to switch back. It's hard for me to root for my original team. It's like rooting for the Jets.
You can root for both. You don't have to pick a side.
I'm not rooting for the Jets because I know the Jets are going to let me down every single year. Every year they're going to let me down. That's why I don't root for them anymore. I used to be a huge Jet fan back in the 2002s and 3s and 4s. They let me down so many times. They done burn me like chlamydia. And DC, now I got to start wearing condoms. And I hope you're happy now.
Oh my God. Well,
thank you guys for watching.
Hope we gave you guys some good stuff to think about.
This was not supposed to be what it turned into, but you know what?
That's the name of the channel. It is supposed to be anything goes. It's rants, raves, and reviews. Anything goes. Anything we do will fit into one of those
She was ranting
categories.
just as much as I was. But I again, the trailer looks epic. What they're presenting looks epic, and I'm hoping that it lives up to the hype that it's building. Of course, we're going to see them. We're going to support them. And we will most definitely bring you guys our honest opinions about what we see.
I think The Flash is going to be good. And I definitely think Batman's going to be good.
I don't think The Flash is going to be good. And I have a hard time believing that Batman is going to be good. Because honestly, the last time I saw a good Batman was the animated series.
Only thing that would disappoint me in The Flash is if every single speedster scene we see with him is just
they
like
still haven't done
slow-mo.
a proper speedster
I just don't want to see him be slow-mo the entire time. You could do it sometimes.
Oh my God.
But I don't want to see slow-mo every time.
And if Wonder Woman shows up and every time she pops up on screen, all I keep hearing is if you think I'm joking, go back and watch
I'm not the biggest Wonder Woman fan.
Go back and watch the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Every time Wonder Woman popped up on screen or did something in slow motion, randomly the chorus of yodels came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a bit
and it
weird.
Was too much. It was
just overdone.
Overkill.
Like it should, like that was something that should have happened like at the end when she did something really epic, but it happened every time she did something. Like it was like, oh, okay, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, and it wasn't even like a subtle. It was like a loud in your face.
Yes.
Like it was different. It was like a little subtle like noise at the back just to remind you, oh, it's Wonder Woman. Yeah, that chick that's Amazon. But no, it was like in your face. This is Wonder Woman, the Amazon right now. You know, like.
Yeah, man. It sounded like a preacher. It really did.
Yeah,
well, Wonder Woman. I don't know.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you enjoyed our reaction. If you didn't, tell us why. If you did, tell us why. And you know, we hope that you subscribe and that you hit that notification bell so you can find out when we upload. We'll be doing as many reviews and rants and raves as we can to as many of your favorite content that comes out. It's our favorite too. We love it. The thing about us is we're just normal people just like you guys. So we have opinions. They may be accurate. They may not be. Don't take it too personally. Have anything to say, Isaac? All right. So we'll catch you guys in the next video. See you guys later. I'll help him. Disguise. All right.